to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, this is Livermore Planning Commission, regular meeting, July 13th, 2020. First up, public comment. This time is reserved for members of the audience to address the Planning Commission on items of interest that are not on the agenda and that are within the subject matter of the jurisdiction of the commission. Are there any letters or anything to be read for public comment? And there's nobody on the phone, so there's no public comment. Number 4, approval of minutes of the special meeting of June 22nd, 2020.
Roll call.
Oh,
Number 2.
Yep, number 2. Went right on past that, didn't I? Okay, roll call. Commissioner Clement.
Here.
Commissioner Day.
Here.
Commissioner Franklin.
Here.
Commissioner Mead.
Here.
Commissioner Coolwine.
Here.
And I am here. And now we do the approval of the minutes of the special meeting, June 22nd, 2020. Everybody's seen the minutes. Can we entertain a motion?
Chair. Move to approve.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Day, second by Commissioner Clement.
Yes.
Commissioner Day,
Aye.
Commissioner Clement,
Aye.
Commissioner Franklin,
Aye.
Commissioner Mead,
Aye.
Commissioner Colwine,
Abstain.
and I vote aye. Number 5, public hearing, tentative parcel map number 2020-01, a request by CV Housing LLC to divide 16.14 acres into 4 commercial parcels and a remainder parcel. The site is located on the southeast corner of State Route 41 and Hanford-Armona Road. It has been determined that the project is categorically exempt from the requirements of the California Environmental Quality Act per section 15315. In addition, a mitigated negative declaration was prepared and adopted previously that included minor divisions of land in the description of the project. I assume this is for you,
Yeah.
Mr. Brandt?
Yeah, Steve Brandt, city planner. This is really a follow-up action from a project that you reviewed in late 2018. The city council approved on November 6, 2018, a major site plan review on the site, along with accompanying general plan amendment and rezoning applications to change what on the tentative map before you, parcels 1 through 4 is zoned neighborhood commercial, and the remainder parcel is zoned medium density residential. So the parcel map is conforming to the adopted zoning lines. The action that you took back in 2018 was to approve a major site plan review for an apartment complex on the remainder parcel, and then a recognition that the neighborhood commercial would need to come back for a major site plan review when they actually had a project. So what they're doing here is they're dividing up the commercial portion so that the lots could be sold separately, probably in anticipation of being able to sell one of the pieces to a commercial developer to build something. When that developer actually comes forward, which we haven't seen anything specific yet, but when they do, if it's over the 20,000 square feet, then it'll come to the commission for a major site plan review. If it's less than that, then we'll handle it at the staff level. The key thing on this approval is that we have a number of conditions to the parcel map. Most of them are extending the conditions that were done with the major site plan review. And I'm going to take this down for just a little bit so I keep talking. The key is that, one of the key conditions is to require cross-access easements so that, because some of the parcels don't have access to a public street. And so by requiring the developer to put cross-access easements in place on all the properties, that allows people to travel freely from one parcel to the other. We also had a requirement for a pedestrian access from the apartment complex to the commercial. So that then puts the legal documents in place to make that happen. So all of those conditions are in place and are recommended as conditions of this parcel map. So we're recommending approval. Again, it conforms to the previous approvals that we've given. And so want to recommend approval and keep this project moving forward.
So do any of those that are involved with this they don't have to be present, obviously, right?
I believe one of the representatives is on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Did he chime in? I didn't hear him get on.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's Wes.
That's Wes. our
Sorry.
city attorney.
West, yeah.
Is there anyone else that's come on to the phone since we started the meeting? No, I guess not.
No.
But
So-
the answer to your question then is no, he does not have to be present.
So we can move forward?
You still could move forward, yeah.
This guy asked questions.
Yes.
Primarily, we're looking at these 4 commercial parcels right now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, another reason why they might be doing a parcel map right now is maybe they want to put some financing arrangements for the apartment complex, and they want to keep that separate from the commercial part. So there could be other reasons to do the parcel map at this point too.
Understand that. Now, the major access to this entire amount is going to come off Hanford Ramona Road.
Yes.
It seems to me we can only have one because of stacking issues and distances, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
There's only one access off Hanford Ramona Road into that, and then there's a frontage road behind that. So to give people,
Yes.
how many access? They're asking for 2?
The site plan had 2. One of them is the remainder parcel, and then the other one is going to be right around where parcel 2 is.
So there's a right in, right out. So if you're coming off of Highway 41, you could turn right into that commercial development. Or if you're going to the housing development later, or the commercial, you could take that other frontage road that's farther to the east. And that one will be either left or right out of the project.
Okay,
So
I'm not, maybe you need to help me.
It's
I'm not seeing any direct access from 41 into this parcel.
There is not.
Okay, so then there's no access there. Then the only access has to be up there for a moment or through Persimmon
correct.
Yes.
down below. That's a pretty short distance.
Well, that's why that one entrance is a right in, right out only. That way you're not crossing the traffic on Hanford Ramona Road in that first entrance. You just get in there really quick, kind of in the middle of that
Is
area.
that the one at the top right up here?
Well, yeah, the access points aren't really shown on the map because
They're not really shown.
they don't have to be. The one access point is right about the middle of parcel 2, and then the other one is where the red hatches are.
So would that be almost existent to where there's like a dirt road that kind of goes through there currently? Would you say that
It's
those
right
two
about where the
access points
dirt
are about
road
where they're
is.
at?
Yes. So that's the access point that'll take you back to the apartments.
So maybe I missed it, but if you're going west on Hanford Ramona Road, and aren't you going to go over cross traffic if there's somebody going on the east before you get to 41?
Yep, you have to.
Yeah. So
That's a left-hand turn. It's not that far from.
did I miss something? That we already talked about that there is going to be traffic that you have to cross
From that frontage road.
To turn in,
from the frontage road.
Yes.
yeah.
to turn in or turn out from that frontage road.
Now, to link that, is that what the R test is related to, as far as like the hazard that could be potentially existent, like with the access road like that close to 41? Or could you clarify what the R test is?
The R test has to do with the type of soil,
Okay,
which then determines how thick the pavement needs to be.
okay. Is there another test that's going to be conducted to determine any kind of like hazards pertaining to traffic coming off of 41 or existing traffic on Hanford Ramona Road?
Yeah, we did a study when the site plan was reviewed. So there was a full traffic study that was put together to look at that. The developer originally wanted 3 access points, and the traffic study pulled it back to 2.
And Caltrans has been involved in this. So you remember there was going to be an interchange or a planned future interchange at this location. And we talked with Caltrans and said, the city doesn't have the financial wherewithal to purchase the land from the property owner right now. And we don't believe that we need an interchange at that location because all the other portions are out in the county right now, the other 3 quadrants. And so we talked to Caltrans and we said, are you able to buy right of way for a future interchange? And in addition to that, just to the north are the pipelines for Southern California Gas Company. So it's a really hard corner to develop an interchange. We believe one maybe further north, maybe at Lacey or Grangeville, eventually will be where an interchange is needed. So Caltrans said unless they have an identified project, they don't have any funds for it either. So the decision was made that we wouldn't build an interchange there and we wouldn't keep any right of way for that. So they did look at this, and if you look at the bottom of your map, you can see that it says 500, wait, does that say 500 or does that say S? No, it's, 516 feet.
Yeah.
And then another 79 feet. So even though it looks like a short distance here, Caltrans, I want to say that their purview is 150 feet from their state highways. So you can see that where this frontage road is really probably about almost 600 feet away from Highway 41.
I'm having trouble, guys. Can we? I can't see that on here somehow. Somebody show me road. Here's 41, here's Hanford Ramona Road. Where do you get in here?
So
I see the next
everything that's not
shows.
marked. He just drew a line just around it. He said like between
Right.
in the middle of parcel 2.
So you're coming up, we
Above
want
this area?
to try to have from on the road, looking at one being
Oh,
around here.
area.
And then another one.
So this is not.
So you're gonna come off
Right there.
here into here,
It's like
and then go away.
here.
This is not the approved site plan, but it's a draft that I had. So the site plan's already been approved. If you look at this, here's Highway 41
You got- Yeah, you have to let traffic go
Here's the
through, and
entrance.
then also
into
Clear
the,
down
the
here.
people
Yes.
behind you are paying
and then
attention.
the frontage road is right down here,
I do,
so
so
this
I'm
is the
wondering if
only
there's
place
a
that's gonna
potential
cross
maybe
traffic.
increase some signage.
because this will have a
You know,
right
forewarning,
in.
you know, also
And
like a
that's-
certain
and a right out.
foggy season.
Yes. Yeah, this is a right turn only, right in, right out. This is the only location that's gonna cross traffic, and if you look at your map, on this side, on here, it shows you that it's 516 feet, an additional 79 feet, so it's gonna be close to 600 feet from here to that frontage road.
41.
Come down here and get it.
So 516 feet.
What is this street right
almost
here?
80 feet. So you add those together, and that's where this frontage road is.
That goes all the way
So I'm
down.
trying to zoom in.
Yes.
41, Hanford or Mona Road.
That's
This
just,
is
the
gonna come in
frontage
right
road
here.
that's gonna
yeah, that's
come in.
just the
It's
boundary of the
gonna
property. I
access
think that's where
the
the,
road and into
No.
There is no.
no, I remember they were saying there will be no road there.
So
That's just the boundary.
difference is
Hanford or Mona Road, this is the entrance into.
Well, what
There's
you're
no
saying,
way
the
in
commercial
and
area
out.
or into the housing.
that's all
And
up
then
here.
here is the driveway
That's all down
where
there.
you can
One
turn
road.
right in,
Two
and then you have to go
entrances
right out and you
on
have to
one
come to
road.
this point. This is where the cross traffic will.
As of right now,
You need to go
unless
this way.
when they develop this other parcel number 5,
Yes.
that they bring in
Yes.
access off of Dogwood or
No.
Persimmon back then.
I don't
Eventually,
think so. There
Right.
might be
Can they do that?
What
Well-
has
There
cost
might be a
percent-
turn.
Well, the site plan that was approved had these 3 access
I
points.
got a question about that, Judy. So if I'm
Yes.
coming
Yeah,
from,
there's
if I'm
Even-
going
even for
west,
two,
that-
there's
and I'm
2
coming
here
this
and there's
way,
one
and I
one
want to go to
here.
the stores, I don't want to go to
There
the
is
apartment.
access.
Yeah,
I can
Yeah.
go, I can
You
access the
can come in
store
this way
here?
here,
Okay.
Yeah,
or you can come in here.
But
But I don't think you can come this way.
So I have to go early
I think
here.
you have to go right here.
Yeah.
I can ask Steve to verify
Plus,
that.
plus the 41, you'll have an access that goes all the way through. You gotta connect it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. I can
On
see
this
it.
one here,
Oh, you've got that, yeah.
But they can't be in that.
if they're going west,
Mhm.
can
Where
they turn in
is the
this one? They have to turn in
access
here.
There's
I can't remember if
no-
there was
They
a
won't allow it.
That's
a
right.
left-hand turn lane there.
Right.
So it's gotta come off of Persimmon or Hanford on Mona Road. That's all the dealer shows you.
And this isn't the final one. This was one of the,
Okay, it's hard to see because there's so many lines in there, but there's a left in right here.
okay.
There's a left in, but no
What is your main
left
concern?
out.
That you
Right.
And then you
access
see
from
there's another
41?
left turn
No,
pocket
I
right
don't.
here
I don't.
for all the way to there.
Where
Try to draw it
one
in.
way in,
No,
one
I'm just
way
gonna tell
out, and probably 100 homes. And what do you do with fire trucks? What do you do with police? What do you do with ambulances? Well, there's only one way in and one way out.
So for if you're heading west on Hanford or Mona Road, there's actually 2 entrances. You can go left on the frontage road, or there is a left-hand turn lane into that other access, ingress egress. So you can cross traffic toward the south, but you can't cross traffic to get to Hanford or Mona Road to leave. So if you're coming from Highway 41, it's a right in and right out. Then you'd have to come to the frontage road to make a U-turn at that location. But going west, there are 2 entrances in. So both directions, there are 2 entrances.
Okay, so is that what looks to me like cul-de-sacs on here? Here,
No.
here.
The cul-de-sacs is that's
Those
the
are-
housing
that's existing.
That's
subdivision.
existing,
So
right?
then where is, I hate to be dense,
Mhm.
but I guess I'm extremely dense right now. I don't see that on here where there are 2 entrances off of Hanford or Mona Road to the frontage road, which I don't see.
And that's because this is
It's-
just a parcel
It's
map
just a
that
parcel
doesn't
map,
show
so they're
it.
not showing the access. They're only showing the new parcel lines.
Okay, but I do think that we need to think about the future. When you put however many apartments go in there, how are those people and emergency vehicles and service vehicles going to get in and get out?
One from Hanford or Mona Road and one from Persimmon.
So Persimmon is there for sure.
Yes.
It's not a maybe, it is.
That's an existing road. It's there right now.
It's already-
It stops right there.
No, it turns the corner and goes south.
It turns the
Turns into
corner,
Dogwood.
and
Turns into
that's where
Dogwood.
the,
South, but it doesn't go.
I'll show you.
It'll,
to
it'll have
the west.
access to the apartments, right?
That's the whole 19,000. Yeah, I've driven that several times the past couple days. That's what I'm having trouble
So
with.
this is Persimmon to, what is it, Dogwood?
The
That is-
Dogwood comes here, Persimmon goes like this.
Okay.
We'll be able to
Persimmon
enter
is this
the
way.
complex from Persimmon?
Yes.
Okay. And so there's the
There's
entrance
your
into the
entrance
housing
exit.
complex, and this is the frontage road from Hanford or Mona Road, and that's the main entrance into the complex. It goes all the way into the complex, and this is the back entrance. Yes,
So you get in and out like that
yes.
with all those service vehicles and all those emergency vehicles.
And fire department has already reviewed this. The site plan is already approved.
I have a question.
new school being built out there. I don't know exactly what quadrant of the city that school is gonna take kids from, but would that impact traffic flow with school being, starting and ending? in
The new
area?
school on Center and 19th,
Yeah,
the answer would be yes. It will impact traffic flow.
you know what I'm saying?
Anytime you
Oh.
add new housing units, it's going to have an impact.
And elementary schools these days, kids don't walk to school anymore. Their parents drop them off.
Right.
So elementary school is a traffic jam every morning, no matter what.
Absolutely. No such thing as a walk from school.
I know.
Yeah. So I remember discussing this,
If I, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt,
Okay.
but the state architect has to review new schools, and they've recognized that, and now they require larger drop-off areas for new schools in response to that, off the street. I'm sorry, go ahead.
what I was going to say was, I can remember discussing all this, and I can't remember how many units are in the existing apartment complex that's there now.
Oh,
But I remember we were in talking that there's only one way in, one way out, of that complex.
yes.
And that this one
This one has two.
wasn't much bigger, and it actually has two.
Mhm. Is that College
That's
Park?
Yeah, so I think that we have good access in and out to take care of emergency services from looking at this anyway. And I'd kind of be surprised if they didn't end up putting another access somewhere, making the street go through or something later.
I don't,
Well,
I don't know.
if you live there, you can go all the way through. But if
Right.
you don't live there, there's gonna be a gate.
You won't be able to get through.
Yeah.
Right.
right.
So they will basically have their own street there anyway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Steve or Judy, is 19th Avenue right there, those two cul-de-sacs are?
No. 19th Avenue is further east.
Further east.
Yes, this I want to say that goes into these cul-de-sacs is Apricot, I think, is the name of that street. And then it would be farther east.
19th Avenue would be
It's still almost
three
a
or
half
four-
a
three or four
mile.
blocks
Yes.
east of
Mhm.
that. Yeah, because there's a good sized neighborhood
So there wasn't,
already there.
there wasn't a site plan included in the packet because we're not discussing the site plan.
Yeah,
But we should have had
probably should have had it as
an area
an
map.
exhibit.
Yeah.
Well, we have the aerial, so you can see where 19th is.
Part of the condition is also that if this gets approved and then goes up to council and gets past the council, that from within like 2 years, right, that the developer would have to start doing something with the land?
Yeah, the parcel map won't need to go to council,
Okay.
but you're right in that all your approvals have to be finalized within 2 years, or they have to ask for an extension.
Well, this is
So-
the tentative map, so the final map will go to council.
The final map will go to council, yeah.
Okay.
But
But
that's
they don't have to
not
do that like at the
discretionary.
next meeting.
Mhm.
They,
Yeah, they have 2 years to get it to council.
I have a question. I know it's not going to be close to the project that we're talking about, but with the school and such, do you think there'll be signalization at 19th and Hampton Motor Road? If that would help the situation of traffic flowing east and west where we're talking about?
Signalization? Is that what
Yeah.
it says?
Yeah, I think
Signal lights.
eventually there will be.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
pro-
no, I think the event at Hanford and Winter Road and 19th, I would speculate that eventually there will be a signal there.
yeah, I'm just thinking, I
would
know,
guess, I would guess that before that, there's maybe gonna be a four-way stop, and nobody likes those.
Right.
But that's what that's the next step,
that's the next
from
step.
a two-way
yeah.
stop to a
Right.
four-way stop.
Then regarding the, once the, provided that everything moves forward as anticipated, that once the developer starts to move forward and start developing the properties, could we then direct staff to provide provisions within those development projects to provide some sort of like signage or some sort of acknowledgement that like there might be some hazard related to those entrance points off of Hanford Ramona Road? Because I'm thinking things like foggy season off of Hanford Ramona Road. I've driven that road many times, especially early in the morning, and that could be a bit of a challenge, a bit of a hazard, especially if there's going to be developments like right there on that edge. Would hate to see for something happen. I know that right now we're just looking at the parcel map, but for in the future, right, to direct staff to provide those inclusions in the project development plans.
Okay, yeah, I think we'll do whatever, like the standard traffic engineering warrants, sure.
So now, in that case, what kind of signs regarding hazard would be implemented? Or what have you seen implemented in such cases?
I'm not exactly sure where you're asking for signage to be, because if you're heading west on Hanford Ramona Road, there's going to be turn pockets
Okay.
to turn left. So there shouldn't be a hazard there.
Okay.
It would be no different than turning off of Hanford Ramona Road onto any other road.
Well, so does that mean then that Hanford Ramona is going to be widened then? Because if you're coming up and you're right there at the edge where the road to turn into the parcel would be, it's straight. It's just one lane and one lane.
Right.
It will be widened with this project. It will be widened on the south side of Hanford Ramona Road. But since the north side is in the county, that still will not have any improvements.
If you look at the gray on the map, that's where the pavement is now. The hatched area is is how far it's going to get extended to.
Okay.
So it's almost going to double in width, and then there'll be a median as a part of that.
All right. So I guess maybe I'm not understanding. If you're traveling west on Hanford Ramona Road, from Hanford Ramona Road to turn into the development.
There'll be a dedicated left turn pocket.
Okay. Okay. That's all right. I think that's what
Two-
we're all missing there.
two
as far
of
as,
them.
Okay.
One at the frontage road that we're calling it,
Mhm.
and then one at the other access
The
point.
access.
Yeah,
So
And
both
then-
of them
well,
will
and
have
then really a-
dedicated turn pockets.
and really a third one for State Route 41.
Okay.
Right. Yes.
So the turn pockets for these aren't going to be any different than the ones that are already existing to get into this neighborhood over here already.
I don't remember what's
Because
there right now.
there are turn pockets there.
There's no turn pockets. Are there turn pockets there?
There is.
Then it will be
So-
like that.
So it'll,
I can't see those. It's too small.
Ray, what exactly are you talking about?
my point is that as far as safety goes, we're going to have people will be making a left turn to either go into the complex or go to whatever businesses go in the middle. If you go east of this, if you're heading west and you want to turn into the subdivision that's already existing, there's left turn lanes to pull into there. So it's not going to be any more dangerous to turn.
Yeah,
in here
there'll be
than
a
it will
dedicated left turn lane for you to wait
Right.
if there's too much traffic.
Yeah, that's exactly what they have at the other. I don't remember if there's one or two streets after 19th Avenue that you can
Yeah.
turn left in, and both of them
Mhm.
Both of them they're dedicated left turn lanes.
Yeah. Because further down, further east, it's just a suicide lane where, people are turning left and right
Yeah.
in that middle lane. These will have dedicated striped
Right.
turn lanes.
Now, again, I know that we're just looking at the parcel map, but trying to look ahead to the future, for the improvement aspects that were also part of the conditions, who's financially on the hook for those? So like removing the well,
Developer,
developer?
all of it. Yeah. Just a reminder, we need to have a open public hearing, even if
Okay.
there's nobody, there may be somebody who came on the phone since then.
Okay, this time I'm going to open it up to the public. Anybody has public comment on this? Anybody on the phone that has public comment? Seeing none, we close public comment. Any other discussion? Any questions?
I make a motion, we approve resolution number 2020-08, approving a tentative parcel map for 2020-01 to allow the division of the land into 4 parcels and the remainder parcel located in the southeast corner of State Route 41 and Hampton Winter Road in the city of Lamar.
I'll second that.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Kuhlwein and a second by Commissioner Mead. Is there any other discussion before we vote? All right, seeing none. Commissioner Kuhlwein,
Aye.
Commissioner Mead,
Aye.
Commissioner Clement,
Aye.
Commissioner Day,
Aye.
Commissioner Franklin,
Aye.
and I vote aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Number 6, Director's Report, Judy Holwell.
All right, so just a couple of things. We're looking at an August meeting for a project extension. That's the Cinnamon Villas. That is the one that's on the other side of the police department. There's the senior housing and then Follett. And then that project there, they're getting all their funding together. They've got, there was something that on their end or on the state's end in filing the NEPA report, something overlapped. So they're making sure that the funding from the home grant funds are still available. And their project expires, do you recall the August 16th? Oh, no, it was July 9th. So they filed an extension already. They filed an application. That automatically gives them 60 days to get before the Planning Commission for an extension. So that one will be coming to you. There's another project in town that's talking about maybe needing an extension. So we'll see if that one comes forward too. We'd like to bring them both to you in August. Those are really the only applications that we have right now.
The prairie one you talked about, that's kind of that triangular
Yes,
lot over there? Okay.
yes, off of Cinnamon and
Right.
Follett.
We approved that a year or so ago.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they've been waiting for tax credits and home funds and maybe even some CDBG funds. It seems like there were a few different
Waiting for the money.
pots of money because it is a senior housing project. So
A long way.
So they have to get all of that together before they can move forward. They don't want to jump the gun and start the project before they actually know for sure they have all of their funding. So that one should be coming forward. And even once they get an approval, they just, as soon as they hear back from NEPA that everything's on the ready to go, then they want to move forward with it. I believe they even have their plans are approved through the building department. They went to Interwest already, and so they're ready to go. They're just waiting for the final okay. But they want to get that extension just in case they don't want that to expire. And then just the other ones that I've been talking about, the Lacey Ranch project, we're still reviewing documents on that. They're moving forward with an initial study, which is the first portion of their EIR. So we're reviewing that document, and then they have all their other documents that they'll get together for the part of that EIR report. So that one's moving forward, and then I think I mentioned a couple of other projects, other housing projects, that there's a couple of developers out there that may want to revive those projects. So we'll see. We don't have anything yet from them, but we'll see if those come forward. Other than that, the Lennar project did go back. This is the West Side project out by West Hills College. That went back to City Council, and it did get approved. So hopefully they move quickly and start moving some dirt and everything. They are still, that's Lennar, they are still working on the project north of Hanford-Armona Road, Phase 2. So I'm not sure if they're going to finish Phase 2 and then move out there, or if they're going to do them simultaneously. We'll see what happens. It's all in their hands now. Yes.
A quick question regarding that Lennar project. There had been Mr. Olson had said that there was a deadline involved with that particular project. Was the approval of that project able to beat that deadline?
Yes.
Okay.
That had to do with the vehicle miles traveled. It's the new way that beginning on July 1st to look at the traffic and to try to reduce the number of traffic trips for each project. So that one, the way we used to look at it for projects was LOS, level of service. That it didn't expire. That for doing your CEQA documents, your environmental reviews, you used LOS up through June 30th. And then on July 1st, it was required to change to the new way of reviewing it, which is vehicle miles traveled. That one, because the document came for approval before July 1st, even though the rest of the project didn't get approved until after July 1st, because the CEQA document was approved first, the state said it's okay as long as your CEQA document is approved before July 1st, then it's good to go. As long as your project eventually gets approved, which it did now, then that approval date stands.
I'd like to make a comment. It says in the minutes here, I stated I was sorely disappointed, and I was sorely disappointed. I need to say that I am pleased that the city council decided to review and take action, because they didn't take action the
Right.
time before. They just dropped it.
Right.
And one of my major concerns was that, in my opinion, the developer did their due diligence and everything they needed to do. And I thought the city staff did everything they needed to do in making sure the project met all the city ordinances, guidelines, you name it, that whole barrage of things. And then we discussed it, we approved it, made some additions to it, and it should have been just a done deal. So I'm glad it's a done deal now. So, thank you for that.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Oh, thank you, Judy.
You're welcome.
Commissioners' reports and requests for information. Anybody?
Judy, what was the day for our next meeting? I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
I believe it's August 10th.
Yes, on here. That's what it
Yes.
says on here. August 10th.
I guess I'd like to make another comment.
Yeah.
I guess this is more of a political comment than anything else, but I got to listen to Governor Newsom give his little spiel this afternoon about the new regulations and everything that we're dealing with. We're now to, I think it's 30 counties under this new regulation that started today. And so I started to recollect about my day. And I went out today, because I only make one trip out, I try to put it all together. I walked into 5 stores, had my mask on each time. I think I stopped at 20 stop signs and about a half a dozen red lights. One, I don't remember whether it's a fire truck or a police car. Not once did I feel my civil rights under the First Amendment were violated. So glad to see everybody has a mask on now. And I thought about each one of those things. Why don't they just run these stoplights and stop signs? Is it a health and safety issue? For me, for you, or something else? I heard Tom Hanks give a thing, just a few simple things. How much of a disgrace is it to do those 4 things to maybe slow this thing down? Because it's getting ridiculous. Our economy is suffering, our growth is suffering, our political system is going to a mess, all of this, and it's not that different. Enough said.
I do have one more thing after you finish.
Okay, anybody else?
I forgot to mention that our city offices are going to be closed down again. There will be people in the office to accept packages or anything else. There will be some meetings, like the building department will need to set up meetings, but if you want to go in, you have to schedule a meeting to go in. That's going to take effect on Wednesday.
Do we have a time limit on that? I mean, I didn't hear a time limit on how long this may last. I mean, it's going to be 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Does anyone know?
We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
So we'll just wait to get an email from Christie, though. That's what we're doing.
Yep.
Okay.
But we will still be working. We'll be working from home.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and we have our emails, so if you have any questions or need anything, just let us know. And we have our phones.
Soap operas and then juleps?
No, I wish. After 5.
Okay, then with that, meeting is adjourned.
It's warm. Well, and it's warm in this room.
Never had bonbons.